two identical thin rings, each of radius r meters, are coaxially fixed, placed at a distance r meters apart. If Q1 and Q2 charges are spread uniformly on the two rings, the work done in moving a charge Q from the center of one ring to the other of the is. So now in this question, work done will be simply equal to change in potential energy, because of course kinetic energy will be zero. We are not moving so fast, so we are keeping the kinetic energy same. That will be delta U. Now delta U will be nothing else Q into delta V. So that is the change in the potentials. So we can write Q into V final minus V initial, right? So now calculate the values of V final and V initial. So in initial condition, we have this condition that charge is at somewhere at this point A, and this radius is r, and this distance is of course is y, and we know the value of y because this distance is r. So y will be r square plus r square and square root. So this will be r root 2 simply. Why do we need this distance? Because we know that the formula for potential at the axis at the center of ring. So for this ring which has charge Q1, so I am calculating V initial. So V due to Q1 plus V due to Q2. This is V initial, and initially Q1 V due to Q1 will be K Q1 by simply R, plus Q2 will be K Q2 divided by under root of R square plus X square. So here actually this is the formula, but I already said this term as Y. So simply if you put the value of X, which is R, so this will be K Q1 by R into plus K Q2 divided by R square plus R square, which will be R square plus R square. So this will be nothing else K Q1 upon R plus K Q2 divided by R root 2, correct? So this will be the value of V initial. Now talking about the V final, if you talk about the V final, then what do I get? So now this is the another ring which is having Q2 charge. Now the particle or charge is at this point B. So V final will be VQ1 plus VQ2, but this time because of this ring Q1 will be K into Q1 divided by under root of R square plus X square. So R square plus R square, and due to Q2, so K Q2 divided by R. This is the final value. So rewrite is, so finally we get K Q1 upon R root 2 plus K Q2 divided by R. Now what are the final values? For the final values, you can use this equation, which is equation number 1. So using equation number 1, put the values of V initial and V final, and we get our answer. So that will be equal to Q into, what is the value of V final, which is K Q1 by root 2 plus K Q2 by root 2R, K Q2 by R, and minus K Q1 by R plus K Q2 by R root 2. Perfect. Now to simplify this thing, what you can do, you can take R by root 2 common. R root 2 you can take common, so you will get K you can take common, so you will get Q1 plus q2 root 2 minus q1 root 2 minus q2. Correct? Now what you can do, you can put the value of k. So 4 pi epsilon naught into r root 2. Now you can take from q1, you can take common. So q1 will be equal to 1 minus root 2, and you can take, or you can take minus, so this will be root 2 minus 1, and you can say plus q2 root 2 minus 1. Perfect. Now take common. So this 1 minus root 2 minus 1 and root 2 minus 1 will be common. So which will be root 2 minus 1 into q into q2 minus q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into root 2. Perfect. So now this should be the value of energy. Now that will, now here you can see I am getting q2 minus q1, but there is no option which is q2 minus q1. So one option is q1 minus q2. So there is no problem at all, because even if it depends on the magnitude of which charge is smaller and which charge is lower. So suppose if if suppose q2 is greater, then obviously this value will be positive and this value will be negative. So there is no problem, because they have just taken u initial minus u final, but the right format will be delta u final minus u initial only. So yeah, this option will be correct one. So if there is no option available, then option number 2 should be the right choice. Okay.